Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I know I have been away for a while, but hey guys, when I say I missed you, I actually missed you. Okay? So, let's get plugged in. Remember, as you stay plugged in, I need you to stay till the end because I got something very special for you. Okay? Cool. So now today, we are going to be learning chords. Specifically, we're going to be learning chords in G major. You might be asking me, why G major? Well, the guitar really sounds good in the key of G, specifically G major, because it's a pretty straightforward, simple, and easy bunch of chords to actually learn, and you'll find the majority of them are actually open chords, right? And that's what I'm going to teach you. So just know that this skill that you're about to learn is just pick up your guitar, see a diagram, and play the chord, right? If you can see the chords, if you can match the colors to your fingers, you're good. So let's get right into it. So we're gonna start with G major, which is, we call it the 1, right? In the major scale, if I'm to break it down for you, you have 7 chords, right? Because you have do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. That is basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then there's an 8, but the 8 and the 1, do are the same thing. So this is the 1, G major, and this is how it sounds. Really simple chord, right? So if we're looking at our finger positionings, you have to start on the 3rd fret. So you put your middle finger on the 1st string of the 1st fret, you put your index finger on the 2nd fret, 2nd string, and then you put your ring finger on the 3rd fret, 2nd string from the bottom. And what I mean by bottom is basically that B string, and then we have our pinky on the 3rd fret, the last string, right? And then you have this chord, G major. Simple, right? Cool. Let us go to the 2nd chord, which is A minor. I'm going to show you guys really special spicy chords so that when you play them, you're not going to sound like a total beginner, right? So we have A minor, but this is an A minor 7, right? So this is how it sounds. Cool. So let's look at our fingering. Always look at the diagram at the top right to give you some guidance. So it only uses 2 fingers. Nice and simple on the 1st and the 2nd fret. On the 1st fret, you start with the index finger on the 2nd string from the bottom, and then you also use your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string from the top, right? And you have your A minor 7th. It sounds like this. Nice and simple, right? That's the 2 chord. Now, let's go to the 3rd chord. So, our 3rd chord is a B, but the way we spell it out to make life easier and we're playing open chords instead of bar chords, the B would have to be a B minor, right? But I would advise for a beginner to start with this slash chord. So it's basically a G major over a B, basically implying that the B is on the bass, right? And then the G minor is what's at the bottom, right? So that's what exactly it is. A really cool and simple trick with the G major over B is basically to play the G chord, but just remove your middle finger. And then you got the G major over B, which is a 3 chord, right? So there again, it sounds like this. Cool. So let's actually show you how we play that. You start with the index finger on the 2nd fret, 2nd string from the top. Then you have your ring finger on the 3rd fret, 2nd string from the bottom. And then you have your pinky on the 3rd fret, the last string on the bottom. And you got your G major over B. It sounds like that. Cool stuff. Let us go to the 4 chord. 4 chord, nice, beautiful, open, right? We have a C. Ideally, this would be a C major, but I told you I'm playing special chords here, right? This is you're not gonna be a regular beginner, right? So, what we have is the C add 9, right? And it sounds like this. Sounds nice, very open, you know what I mean? That's very nice because it's got to add 9. So if we looking at what that 9 is really, that 9 is the D in there, right? So D is basically the 2nd note after C. But I don't want to confuse you too much. I'm trying to give you shapes. Theory will be for another day. So if you look at the C add 9, it's basically like a G chord, right? But you're taking your 2 fingers that were the top and moving them each 1 string down. So what we got is our middle finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string from the top. And then you have your index finger on the 2nd fret, 3rd string from the top. Then you have your anchor notes. You're going to realize that that D and that G are basically not moving for the past few chords we've been playing. So you have your ring finger, right, on the 3rd fret, 2nd string from the bottom, and you have your not your index, my bad. You got your pinky on the 3rd fret, last string, and you have your C add 9, the 4 chord. Next, we have D major, which is the 5 chord, and it sounds like this. Awesome. D, when you look at it visually, it kind of looks like the letter D, but in reverse, right? That's a good way to memorize it. So we start on the 2nd fret. You use your index finger and you put that on the 4th string from the top, right? Then you use your ring finger, then you go to the 3rd fret and play the 2nd string from the bottom. Then, last but not least, you use your middle finger and you put it on the last string on the 2nd fret. And you have your D major. Really simple. Next, we're almost close to the end, guys. We have the 6th chord, right? Which is an E minor. But instead of just playing the regular E minor, I'm going to show you guys an E minor 7, right? So, it sounds like this. Nice and easy, right? So you realize this chord, we have the same pivots at the D and the G. So your ring finger and your pinky are in the same place, haven't moved. Then you take your index finger, right, and you put it on the 2nd fret, 2nd string from the top, and you put your middle finger on the 2nd fret, 3rd string from the top, and you have your E minor 7. Now, let us look at the 7th chord. This is the one that a lot of people sometimes find confusing, right? Because it's an F sharp. It's like, how do I play an F sharp, Daniel? How do I play an F sharp? This is how you play an F sharp. So what you do, you're going to be playing a slash chord. Remember, similar to the 3 chord, which was a slash chord, G major over B. Now here, what we have is a slash chord 2. We're playing a D major over an F sharp. So always see slash chords like this. The chord on the left is what's at the bottom, and the note on the right after the slash is what's at the top. So this is where you have to throw in your thumb. So we have our thumb wrapped around our neck, playing the F sharp, which is on the 2nd fret, 1st string. Then right below that we have the D major, which we played already as the 5 chord. So that is pretty straightforward, right? And it sounds like this. Sounds pretty good, right? Slash chords are pretty nice. So there you have all your chords, and we can end the video here, right here. No, I'm kidding, guys. I actually have some alternative voicings for you guys, just as a bonus, just to add in there. So if you realize from song to song, sometimes you might have to use a different kind of voicing so it fits more with the melody of a song, right? So I'm going to teach you some of these different voicings, right? Most of them just require an omission or a removing of a finger to make life a bit more easier. So let's have a look at this. Let us look at our G chord. So this is our 1 chord, but it's going to be played a little bit differently. It's going to be played with as a D sus2 over G, right? So remember, what's on the left is at the bottom, what's on the right is at the top. So we're going to be using our thumb to play the G, right? And we're also going to be using our index finger and middle finger, right? So let me first show you what it sounds like. It sounds a bit like this. It sounds airy and open, right? It's because of the D sus2. That is why it sounds like that, right? So you just have a G at the bass, and then you have a D sus at the bottom. So then again, you have your thumb on the 3rd fret, 1st string, then you have your index finger on the 2nd fret, 3rd string from the bottom, and then you have your ring finger on the 3rd fret, 2nd string from the bottom. And you have your D sus2 / G. And you can use that in any way as an alternative voicing to the G major, right? Let us look at our 2 chord, which is the A minor. This is another way to play A minor 7th that I find is a really nice leading tone. When you put the 7th chord or the 7th note in A minor, which is making it A minor 7, at the highest string, which is a G, right? So it sounds like this. Awesome. So remember, in terms of playing A minor 7th, all you have are the 2 strings. But now you add your pinky on the 3rd fret of the very last string, and you have an A minor 7. Awesome. So now what we got next is our 4 chord, which was the C add 9. But all you gotta do here is also, guess what? Remove your pinky. And it gives it an even more suspended tone, right? Because it's having the 3rd at the highest string. It's that open E string at the bottom. right? So it sounds like this. It's a really, really good and nice and airy chord. So play that whenever you get a chance. So next, we have the 5 chord, but we're gonna play it suspended. All you have to do is play the 5, which is the D, right? It's a D major, but all you need to do is essentially remove your middle finger. So you just have 2 fingers, really simple notes, and it sounds like this. That's a D sus2, right? So you have your index finger on the 2nd fret, 3rd string from the bottom, and then you have your ring finger on the 3rd fret, 2nd string from the bottom. D sus2. Awesome. Last but not least, what we got is our 7 chord. So remember when we have the D major over the F sharp on the bass? What we got to do is basically make it a D sus2 / F sharp. All that means is that you're removing your middle finger once again. So it sounds like this. Really nice, beautiful, open chords. So those are your alternative voicings, guys. And that is mainly it for this lesson. But before you go, I have some really, really nice resources that I want you guys to check out. So I have a planner for 14 days, right? And what you learn in this planner is 7 chords and 7 chord progressions. It's a really cool guide. It's a really wonderful guide. You can track yourself every day. It's also got some daily devotions and some scriptures. And you can just take notes on it, right? You can open it. It's a PDF, so you can open it on your iPad. If you got good notes, you can actually scribble in it. You can say what you learned, you know, the word for the day. Also as well, it's a good time to really, really hone in your worship to Jesus Christ, right? So it's an amazing, well thought out plan. You're learning physically, mind, and soul and spirit, right? So check out the planner. It's in the link below. And one more last thing. I have a discount for my 10 lesson course, which is only going to be discounted for this month, right? So I need you to check out the link below as well. 10 lessons where you'll basically be able to transform your playing from a beginner to be an amazing worship guitarist, right? So check it out. It's an 80% discount. So don't leave it hanging, guys. Okay? So that is all for this lesson. I would love you guys to like, comment, subscribe, all the good things. All right? And I love you guys. God bless. Always remember, when you worship, worship in spirit and in truth. God bless. Bye-bye.